there's this new thing of winning is more important than being right.
Right.
And it started with social media, and it started with political correctness, where people now believe, they quite rightly believe their opinion is worth as much as someone else's opinion.
Yeah, quite rightly you just said to be polite.
Well, some people are idiots. Like, let's be honest. Yeah. No, but even if your opinion is worth as much as someone else's opinion, people now think their opinion is worth as much as other people's facts. And it's the world gone crazy. The alternative facts. What? We used to call them lies.
Yeah.
What do you mean alternative facts?
Right.
I've sort of seen this happening for like 2 or 3 years on Twitter, when you do get to meet people you wouldn't normally meet, you know, unless you went to a mental home. But now I can follow them from the safety of my Hampstead mansion. Oh, you're mental. You know, but they don't like facts. It annoys them. I found out, when I went on Twitter, I found out that the atheists are the most hated group in the world. There was
just
a poll,
for believing nothing.
Just for not believing. yeah. They were voted least trustworthy group in America, joint bottom with rapists.
How about rapist atheists? They were the highest, actually, ironically.
Yeah. You find out things like that from Twitter, but you mainly find out that the average person is scarily misinformed.
Do you ever regret weighing in? Like, sometimes you're like, oh, why did I say anything? I should have just said nothing.
I've gone through that. The first time I went on Twitter, I'd do a tweet, and one person who disagreed with it or misunderstood it, it would take me all day to explain the tweet, right? Yeah. Then I got good at just doing the tweet, and now I just don't give a fuck, because someone's going to disagree with it. Someone's going to disagree with it just on principle. And people get in the way. They get in the way. You talk about something, and people get offended. And I try and explain to them that, no, I'm not tweeting you, I'm just tweeting. It's like going into town and seeing a notice board and it says guitar lessons. And you go, I don't want fucking guitar lessons. Right? Well, no, do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And they just get in the way. It doesn't matter what you do, someone gets in the way. Like, I go, sort of terrible thing, I'll ban bullfighting. Someone goes, what about the kids in Syria? Yeah, but I only had what? Yes, yes. It's not an option. Who is this person going, I would save the ball, but I just saved a kid in Syria. So I've run out of all my saving abilities. I can only do one thing in my life, and I used it on the kid from Syria.
Like, it's a seesaw. Like, you can't like one thing without disliking it.
And the people who say, oh, I've got a better cause, they don't do fuck all for that one either. Right. They're doing nothing, and they're going, what about this? Well, what are you doing? Nothing.
Well, they're criticizing you.
Of course.
They're making it so that you...
Yeah. So it's really, it's volatile, and it's been going for a while.
As a stand-up, though, you kind of, sometimes you like a little, it's fun to convince people that they can laugh at something that they don't agree with. Like, as a comic, you're up there telling them things that they're not going to agree with. I felt that was
my thing. All my life, I felt that was my thing, making people laugh at things they didn't think they could. You know, taking a taboo subject and taking them by the hand through a scary forest and coming out the other way. Because often offence came from people mistaking the target of a joke with the subject of a joke. And I like to deal in those taboo subjects, because no harm can come from discussing contentious issues. You can do a joke about race without it being racist. Like, my shtick used to be being the boorish guy who said the wrong thing arrogantly, stupidly, you know, and coming down on the wrong side for comic effect, and trusting that everyone in the audience got the irony. But now I don't know if they do. Now I think half of them won't get the irony or not care for it, because... Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I don't want to I don't want to get the wrong round of applause.
You don't want to say something ironically and all of a sudden they're like, good point.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. Yeah. No. Well, no, don't you clap the ones with swastikas. No. No.